Welcome to Geotech Quick Fix. Right now, I will show you exactly how to download georeferenced high-resolution satellite imagery for free using SAS Planet. By the end of this video, you will learn how to download and use SAS Planet package in your computer, and you will be able to use it to download georeferenced high-resolution satellite imagery and also export it to your GIS software for your GIS project. Now, to start using SAS Planet, you have to download the application package from their website, which is shown here. The direct link to the download page will also be sent to the description in the video, where you can really easily access the link and go straight to the download page. So now next thing to do is to come to this tab and select the latest version of SAS Planet, which will display another page. And we scroll down. Here you have download SAS Planet 2026. We scroll down to the download page, which is GeoJammer Download Center. You click go to download page, which is going to display another window. Then in the new opened tab, scroll and select the download official release, which is the most stable SAS Planet. Official nightly build is another package, and there's full version with fixed maps, which is another package, but it's recommended that you download the official release because it's the most stable. Then you click download official release. This is going to direct you to another page where in the setup you see SAS Planet release zip file. When you click, the download will start. So next thing to do is to also download the patch file, which will find useful at a particular time if the official release is encountering issue with loading the map source. So download the match patch file, which is going to show another page. Then we click on download. From here, the download will start and wait for it to download. So now the download is complete. So go to the zip file and extract by right clicking on the file and click extract all to extract the folder. Now the zip file for the map patch is now extracted, and we extract the zip file of the SAS Planet by following the same procedure. Right click on it, click extract. So the two files has now been extracted. We can now launch our SAS Planet by opening the folder. Then we scroll down to where the application is and click and double click to open and run. If you are encountering this kind of issue, next thing to do is to go to the patch file that we downloaded and open it, and we'll copy the folder inside, which is named maps. When it's copied, you go back to your SAS Planet folder, you open it and scroll to where you find maps as one of the folder. You open it, then you paste the maps you copied from the patch file to the maps in the SAS Planet folder. Okay, now that you've pasted it, you can now launch your SAS Planet application again by double clicking on it and run. We are now in the SAS Planet interface. What we'll do next is to navigate to our area of interest, which is our project area. So to do that, come to search here and select coordinates. Another way is to go through the operations and select go to. So in our coordinates, we can change the coordinate reference system to another coordinate reference system of our project area. You have the option of choosing WGS84 UTM, WGS84 geographic coordinates, and there are other ones, but it's advisable to stick to WGS geographic coordinates. But if you have the coordinates of your project area in projected coordinates, you can choose the UTM. For this video, we're going to use geographic coordinates. So now we are entering the latitude and longitude of our project location here. I want to copy the location. Here is the latitude. We have the longitude here. And you click go to. That will now place a pin, location pin in our project area. So all we just need to do is to zoom to the pin. Here is the pin that is placed on the map. Now we're in the OSM view. We can change the source of our satellite imagery and use different sources to download our satellite imagery by going to Google Map icon, then scroll to satellites, then we are selecting Google Satellites. Now our satellite imagery is loaded. You can also compare with another source such as Bing and S3 ArcGIS imagery. Let's choose S3 ArcGIS imagery and see how clear it is. So we can compare the two satellite imagery and choose anyone that is of better resolution. So I think for the Google Earth is better. Yeah, we are selecting Google Earth satellite imagery. So now that we are in our project area, our area of interest, the next thing to do is to define the extent of imagery that we're going to download. So to define the extent, we'll come to this icon, select from the drop down and click on rectangular section. You can use polygonal section, you can use polyline section, you can use by coordinate to define the extent of imagery that you want to download. So another way to navigate to our project area is by importing a KMF file that shows our project area. So let's try that by going to operation. Go to operation, if you click open. Now this is our KMF file for the project area. You click open, you click start. Click yes. So now our project area is displayed here. So that's another way of navigating to our area of interest. So now to define the extent of imagery that we're going to clip, so go to this icon, click, we are using rectangular selection. So use rectangular selection to define the extent. You left click on the extent and drag down to cover our study area. Left click again to drop the rectangular selection. Another dialog box will come out where you do the download settings. Certain settings we're going to do here is to select the level of zoom that we're going to use. It's better and it's best to select high zoom level so that we have a very good resolution of our imagery. So let's select 21 as zoom. So here the map overlay layer, leave it as Google Satellite. If Google Satellite is not displayed, you have to click this drop down and select Google Satellite. So that's under the download. Then we'll click on stitch. So the settings you're going to do under the stitch is to select your working folder where you're going to save the satellite imagery and the output format. So in the output format, let's choose the default is in JPEG. So let's select GeoTIFF. Selecting GeoTIFF from the list. Then in the save to, that's where we're going to save our satellite imagery. We click on the three dots icon here to browse to our working folder. Now that we're in our working folder, we give the imagery a name, IMGD. Then we'll save. So the overlay layer, we leave it as no. So the projection, this is where we'll choose the coordinate reference system of the satellite imagery that we're downloading. So let's choose geographic coordinates. Now another thing is save the coordinate reference system of your project area is another coordinate system. Then you have to project it to conform with the coordinate reference system of the satellite imagery. So in that case, you have to carry out projection in your GIS software. So now that we have selected the projection we're using, in the zoom level again, we set it to 21. Since we set it to 21 in the download part, now here create your reference file. You can just select .w. So we're using 21 as the zoom level of our satellite imagery. The higher the zoom level, the higher the resolution, and the higher the size of the imagery that we're downloading. So now that we have done all the settings, let's click start to now start downloading. Now the image is downloading. The downloading is completed. Now to confirm what we downloaded, which is already saved in our working folder, we have to go to our GIS software and add the satellite imagery and also add the extent of our project area. Now our ArcGIS interface is ready. So what we do now is to add the satellite imagery that we have downloaded by clicking add button here. Then navigate to where we save the imagery. Here, remember the imagery was saved as imgd.tif. So we'll add, then we'll click yes to build pyramid. Now the satellite imagery is loaded here. You can see how clear it is. The georeferenced satellite imagery of high resolution. You can see all the details clearly. To confirm the satellite imagery, we will add a shapefile of our study area or the project area. This is a shapefile of our project area which is now added, and you can see it conforms with the satellite imagery, which shows that the satellite imagery is georeferenced. This brings us to the end of this video. If you find this video helpful, do well to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification button to stay updated. See you in the next training. Bye.